30 performers and actors who died, live, on stage. You won't believe how some of these legends left us. Their deaths were not just tragic but happened in front of thousands, forever altering the entertainment world. These performers went out in a way no one could have predicted. Stay with us till the end as we reveal some of the most shocking moments on stage, beginning with Number 30. Brandon Lee, a film scene that turned fatal, 1993. Brandon Lee, the son of martial arts icon Bruce Lee, was following in his father's footsteps, making a name for himself as an actor with roles that highlighted his unique blend of charisma, physicality, and depth. In 1993, Lee was cast as the lead in The Crow, a dark, supernatural film about a man who returns from the dead to avenge his own murder. The role promised to be a breakout moment for him, potentially catapulting him into stardom. On March 31, 1993, during the filming of a pivotal scene, a tragic accident occurred. Lee's character was to be shot by a handgun as part of the storyline, but a series of oversights turned the prop weapon into a lethal device. Earlier in the production, a dummy bullet had been mistakenly lodged in the barrel, and when a blank was later fired, the bullet was propelled out, striking Lee in the abdomen. The crew quickly realized the gravity of the situation, but despite emergency efforts, Lee was pronounced dead later that day. His death exposed serious safety lapses on set, prompting industry-wide reforms to prevent similar tragedies. Brandon Lee's untimely passing remains a haunting reminder of the dangers that can accompany on-screen action, especially when safety protocols are overlooked. Number 29. Owen Hart, a WWE stunt gone wrong, 1999. Owen Hart, a talented and beloved WWE wrestler known for his acrobatic skills and comedic persona, captivated fans with his impressive in-ring performances and charming character. Hailing from the famous Hart wrestling family, Owen had built a successful career with WWE, often entertaining fans as the masked superhero persona, the Blue Blazer. In 1999, he was set to make a spectacular entrance at the Over the Edge pay-per-view event in Kansas City, Missouri, where he would descend from the arena's rafters using a harness and cable system. On May 23, 1999, tragedy struck as Hart prepared to make his dramatic entrance. During the stunt, the release mechanism malfunctioned, causing Hart to fall approximately 78 feet into the wrestling ring below. The audience, initially unsure if it was part of the act, soon realized the seriousness of the incident as paramedics rushed to his aid. Despite their immediate efforts, Hart was pronounced dead shortly after due to his injuries. The shocking event left fans and fellow wrestlers devastated. Controversially, WWE decided to continue the event, a decision that sparked public outrage and criticism. Owen Hart's tragic death remains one of the most somber moments in professional wrestling history, highlighting the risks wrestlers take to entertain audiences. Number 28. Les Harvey, the electrocution of a rising star, 1972. Les Harvey was the talented guitarist for the Scottish blues rock band Stone the Crows, a group that was gaining popularity in the early 1970s with their powerful performances and soulful sound. Harvey's guitar skills added a gritty, dynamic edge to the band's music, and he quickly became known for his captivating stage presence. Alongside lead singer Maggie Bell, Harvey helped shape Stone the Crow's distinct sound, attracting a loyal following and establishing himself as a rising star in the rock scene. On May 3, 1972, during a concert in Swansea, Wales, tragedy struck. Harvey was performing live when he touched an ungrounded microphone, with his hands still damp from the humid venue. In an instant, he was electrocuted, collapsing on stage as thousands of fans watched in horror. The shocked crowd and bandmates initially struggled to comprehend what had happened, but it quickly became clear that Harvey had suffered a fatal electric shock. Despite immediate attempts to revive him, Harvey succumbed to his injuries, leaving the music world reeling. His untimely death highlighted the need for stricter safety standards for musicians, especially in live settings. Les Harvey's tragic end remains a haunting reminder of the dangers musicians can face, even in the pursuit of their art. Number 27. Vic Morrow, Twilight Zone's deadly helicopter accident, 1982. Vic Morrow, a seasoned actor best known for his role in Combat and other television dramas, was filming a segment for Twilight Zone, the movie in 1982. The film, directed by John Landis, was an ambitious adaptation of the classic TV series and featured multiple stories, each pushing the boundaries of special effects and stunts. Morrow's segment involved a dramatic scene in which his character would rescue 2 children from a war-torn village under helicopter fire, a high-stakes sequence that required precise coordination. On the night of July 23, 1982, as the scene was being filmed, Morrow and 2 child actors, Micah Dinley and Renee Shin Yi Chen, were positioned near the hovering helicopter. Unexpectedly, a pyrotechnic explosion caused the helicopter to spiral out of control, crashing directly into the actors below. Tragically, Morrow and the 2 children were killed instantly. The accident shook Hollywood, raising serious concerns about safety standards, especially regarding children and dangerous stunts. The incident led to a high-profile legal case and forced the industry to examine and overhaul its approach to stunt work and safety protocols. Vic Morrow's tragic death underscored the critical need for safety in film production, marking a dark chapter in Hollywood's history. Number 26. Sam Kinison, a comedian's final curtain call, 1992. Sam Kinison, a former Pentecostal preacher turned stand-up comedian, was known for his loud, irreverent humor and boundary-pushing style. With his signature scream, Kinison tackled controversial topics like relationships, religion, and societal taboos, captivating audiences and earning a dedicated fan base. His raw, often shocking routines made him a staple in the 1980s comedy scene, influencing a generation of comedians and pushing the boundaries of comedic expression. On April 10, 1992, while on tour in California, Kinison was driving to a scheduled performance near Needles, California, when tragedy struck. A 17-year-old drunk driver swerved into Kinison's lane, colliding head-on with his car. Kinison, who had recently married and was experiencing newfound stability in his life, suffered severe injuries and died at the scene shortly after. He was only 38 years old. Fans and fellow comedians were devastated by the sudden loss. Kinison's death marked the end of a bold, controversial voice in comedy, and his influence remains evident in the work of comedians who continue to push the envelope. His tragic passing serves as a reminder of the fragility of life, cutting short a career that had forever altered the landscape of stand-up comedy. Number 25. David Strickland, A Tragic Farewell After a Performance, 1999. David Strickland was a rising star in the 1990s, known for his role as the quirky, lovable reporter Todd Stites on the popular sitcom Suddenly Susan. His natural comedic talent and easy charm made him a favorite among fans, while his on-screen humor and energy masked a darker side. Behind his bright public persona, Strickland struggled with depression and substance abuse, battles he largely kept out of the spotlight. On March 22, 1999, Strickland's struggles came to a tragic end. After filming an episode of Suddenly Susan, he traveled to Las Vegas, where he was later found dead in his hotel room at the age of 29. Authorities determined that he had taken his own life, a revelation that stunned his friends, family, and fans. His co-stars and those who knew him expressed shock and sorrow, as they had witnessed little of the pain he hid so well behind his comedic performances. Strickland's death served as a stark reminder of the pressures that come with fame and the hidden struggles that even those closest to someone may not fully see. His passing left a void in the entertainment world and continues to raise awareness about mental health challenges faced by those in the public eye. Number 24. Steve Irwin, The Stunt That Ended the Crocodile Hunter, 2006. Steve Irwin, known worldwide as the Crocodile Hunter, was more than just a wildlife expert. He was a passionate conservationist, educator, and television personality who brought the beauty and excitement of wildlife into millions of homes. His enthusiasm and adventurous spirit, combined with a fearless approach to dangerous animals, made him a beloved figure. Irwin's infectious energy helped educate people about conservation, inspiring viewers of all ages to appreciate and protect nature. On September 4, 2006, while filming an underwater documentary titled Ocean's Deadliest Off the Coast of Australia, Irwin encountered a stingray. While swimming above the ray, the animal suddenly thrust its barbed tail upward, striking Irwin multiple times, with one puncture fatally piercing his heart. Despite desperate attempts by his crew to revive him, Irwin died shortly afterward. He was only 44 years old. News of Irwin's death spread quickly, sending shockwaves across the world. Fans, friends, and family mourned the loss of a man who had dedicated his life to wildlife preservation and education. His death highlighted the unpredictable dangers of wildlife work, even for an experienced professional like Irwin. Today, his legacy lives on through the continued conservation efforts of his family and the lasting impact he made on wildlife education. Number 23. Eric Morecambe, A Legend's Final Bow, 1984. Eric Morecambe was one of Britain's most cherished comedians, best known as one half of the comedy duo Morecambe and Wise. Together with his partner, Ernie Wise, Morecambe had entertained audiences for decades with their witty banter, charm, and impeccable comedic timing. Their show, The Morecambe and Wise Show, became a staple of British television, cementing Morecambe's place in the nation's heart as a comedic legend whose humor transcended generations. On May 28, 1984, Morecambe gave what would be his final performance at the Roses Theatre in Tewkesbury. After the show, as he basked in the applause and adoration of his audience, he suddenly collapsed backstage from a heart attack. Paramedics arrived and worked tirelessly to revive him. But despite their efforts, Morecambe passed away that night. He was only 58. The news of his death shocked fans across the UK, who had grown up with his humour and admired his warmth. Morecambe's passing marked the end of an era in British comedy, leaving a profound impact on the entertainment world. His legacy continues, with his work still celebrated as a testament to his timeless wit and the joy he brought to millions during his lifetime. Number 22. Karl Wallenda, A Tightrope Legacy Ends, 1978. Karl Wallenda, the patriarch of the renowned Wallenda family, was a legendary tightrope walker and founder of the Flying Wallendas, a family act famous for its breathtaking and dangerous high-wire stunts. Known for performing death-defying feats without the safety of a net, Karl Wallenda embodied the spirit of a true daredevil, inspiring awe and admiration in audiences around the world. His life's work was built on both the thrill and danger of tightrope walking, a skill that had been passed down through generations of his family. On March 22, 1978, at the age of 73, Karl Wallenda attempted one of his most ambitious feats yet, a tightrope walk between the towers of the Condado Plaza Hotel in San Juan, Puerto Rico. As he made his way across the wire, strong gusts of wind destabilized him, and tragically, he lost his balance and fell 120 feet to his death. His shocking and fatal plunge marked the end of an era, leaving both his family and the world of acrobatics in mourning. The tragedy reinforced the inherent risks of the Wallenda legacy. Despite Karl's death, his family continued to honor his memory by carrying on his high-wire acts, solidifying their commitment to the legacy he left behind. His passing remains a somber reminder of the extreme courage required in such a high-stakes art form. Number 21. Harry Houdini, The Last Illusion, 1926. Harry Houdini, one of the most famous illusionists and escape artists in history, was known for his daring feats and seemingly superhuman endurance. His stunts, often involving handcuffs, locked containers, and underwater escapes, pushed the boundaries of physical and mental resilience. Houdini built a career on taking risks, captivating audiences worldwide with acts that defied logic and flirted with danger. In October 1926, while performing in Montreal, Houdini received an unexpected visit backstage from a group of college students. During their conversation, one student, curious about Houdini's physical strength, punched him in the abdomen without warning. Known for his robust physique, Houdini often allowed people to punch him in the stomach as a demonstration of his strength, but this time, he was unprepared. The blow caused severe internal injuries, rupturing his appendix. Despite his worsening condition, Houdini continued to perform, not realizing the gravity of his injury. By the time he sought medical help, it was too late. He developed peritonitis, an infection that ultimately proved fatal. On October 31, 1926, Houdini passed away, leaving the world stunned and saddened. His death highlighted the personal risks he endured for his art, sealing his legacy as a performer who lived and died pushing the limits of human endurance. Number 20. Louis Vierne, An Organist's Last Note, 1937. Louis Vierne, a celebrated French organist and composer, was known for his extraordinary talent and lifelong dedication to the art of organ music. Born with a congenital vision impairment, Vierne overcame significant challenges to become the principal organist at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, a position he held for nearly 4 decades. His compositions, including 6 symphonies for organ, were celebrated for their emotional depth and technical mastery, earning him a revered place in the world of classical music. On June 2, 1937, Vierne was performing a recital at Notre Dame, an event he had long anticipated and hoped would be a crowning moment in his illustrious career. Midway through the performance, as he played the final notes of a piece, he suddenly collapsed at the organ console, suffering a heart attack. His foot reportedly rested on the pedal, creating one last haunting chord that resonated through the cathedral as he passed away. Vierne's death was both tragic and poetically fitting, occurring in the very place that had defined much of his life's work. He died doing what he loved, leaving a legacy of passion and resilience. His passing became an iconic moment in the music world, remembered for its poignancy and the haunting beauty of his final note. Number 19. Mitsuharu Misawa, A Wrestling Tragedy in Japan, 2009. Mitsuharu Misawa was one of Japan's most iconic and respected pro wrestlers, known for his intense matches and immense skill. As a multiple-time champion and the founder of pro wrestling Noah, Misawa had dedicated his life to the sport, gaining a massive fan base and inspiring a new generation of wrestlers. His hard-hitting, physical style embodied Japanese wrestling's commitment to realism and spectacle, making him a beloved figure in the wrestling world. On June 13, 2009, during a tag team match in Hiroshima, Japan, tragedy struck. Misawa was in the ring when he took a powerful suplex, a routine move in wrestling. But this time, the impact was catastrophic. Misawa collapsed, unresponsive. Medical personnel rushed to his aid as the audience looked on in horror, hoping it was part of the performance. Despite immediate attempts to revive him, Misawa was later pronounced dead at the age of 46. His passing sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling community, igniting debates over the grueling demands placed on wrestlers and the lack of safety regulations in the sport. Misawa's death marked a turning point, prompting Japanese wrestling organizations to re-evaluate safety measures to protect athletes in a sport where the line between entertainment and real danger is often blurred. Number 18. Mark Sandman, The Sudden Silence of a Rock Star, 1999. Mark Sandman, the enigmatic frontman and bassist for the band Morphine, was known for his hauntingly deep voice, minimalist lyrics, and unique low rock style that fused blues, jazz, and rock elements. With a 2-string slide bass and a baritone saxophone-driven sound, Morphine was unlike any other band of the 1990s, drawing a devoted following for their innovative music. Sandman's introspective songwriting and the band's distinctive sound made them a beloved act in the underground music scene. On July 3, 1999, while performing at the Nel Nome del Rock Festival in Palestrina, Italy, tragedy struck. In the middle of their set, Sandman suddenly collapsed on stage. Initially, fans thought it might be part of the performance, but as it became apparent that something was seriously wrong, medics rushed to assist him. Despite their efforts, Sandman was pronounced dead shortly after, with the cause later determined to be a heart attack. He was 46. The sudden loss left fans and the music world in shock, bringing an abrupt end to Morphine's unique sound. Sandman's death underscored the pressures and vulnerabilities of a musician's life on the road, and he remains remembered as a pioneer who left an indelible mark on alternative music. Number 17. Ken Steadman, An Actor's Last Scene, 1996. Ken Steadman, a promising actor known for his role in the popular sci-fi TV series Sliders, was gaining recognition for his strong performances and screen presence. His role on Sliders as the character Cutter introduced him to a wider audience, and his career seemed poised for success. With his rugged look and natural charisma, Steadman was viewed as a rising star in television, and he quickly earned respect within the industry. On September 20th, 1996, while filming an episode of Sliders in the Desert near Victorville, California, Steadman's life was tragically cut short. He was driving a dune buggy as part of an action scene when the vehicle lost control on the uneven terrain. The buggy overturned, leading to a fatal accident. Despite efforts to save him, Stedman died at the scene. He was only 27 years old. The sudden loss of such a talented young actor left his colleagues and fans deeply saddened. His death also raised concerns about on-set safety measures for actors involved in physically demanding roles. Ken Stedman's promising career was cut short far too soon, and he is remembered fondly by fans and peers for his talent and the potential he had yet to fulfill. Number 16. Dimebag Darrell. A Musician's Fatal Performance, 2004. Dimebag. Darrell, legendary guitarist and co-founder of the influential heavy metal band Pantera, was known for his electrifying performances and unparalleled guitar skills. With his brother, drummer Vinnie Paul, Dimebag helped shape Pantera's unique sound, blending thrash and groove metal. Hits like Walk and Cowboys from Hell solidified his place as a guitar icon and made Pantera a staple in the metal community. Following Pantera's breakup, he formed a new band, Damageplan, with Vinnie, continuing to captivate audiences with his intense stage presence. On December 8, 2004, during a Damageplan concert at the Alrosa Villa nightclub in Columbus, Ohio, tragedy struck. Just minutes into the performance, a disturbed fan rushed onto the stage and fatally shot Dimebag Darrell. The assailant, who also killed 3 others, was subdued and eventually shot by police, but the damage was done. Darrell's death shocked the music world and left the metal community reeling from the senseless violence. The loss of Dimebag Darrell prompted a wave of tributes from fans and musicians alike, who mourned the loss of one of metal's greatest talents. His death also highlighted security concerns at live events, leading venues to reevaluate protective measures for performers. Dimebag Darrell's legacy endures as a symbol of metal's passion and resilience, with his music continuing to inspire generations. Number 15. John Eric Hexum. A Tragic Mistake on Set, 1984. John Eric Hexum was a rising star in Hollywood, best known for his lead role in the television series Cover Up, where he portrayed a CIA operative posing as a male model. With his good looks, charisma, and dedication to his craft, Hexum was quickly gaining popularity and was expected to have a bright future in the entertainment industry. His role on Cover Up showcased his physicality and charm, establishing him as one of the promising young talents of the time. On October 12, 1984, during a break in filming on the Cover Up set, Hexum was reportedly bored and jokingly picked up a prop gun loaded with blanks. In a moment of dark humor, he held the gun to his temple and pulled the trigger, unaware of the dangers associated with blanks at close range. The powerful blast of compressed air from the blank cartridge caused severe head trauma, ultimately leading to brain death. Hexum was only 26 years old. His tragic death underscored the critical need for comprehensive safety protocols on film and TV sets, particularly concerning firearms. Hexum's accident prompted industry-wide reflection on on-set safety practices, emphasizing the importance of treating all firearms, even prop guns, with extreme caution. His untimely passing remains a sobering reminder of the risks actors face, even when the danger seems harmless. Number 14. Edith Webster. Life Imitating Art, 1986. Edith Webster was an experienced actress known for her dedication to the stage, having spent her career performing in regional theater productions. One of her regular roles was in The Drunkard, a melodramatic play where she portrayed a character who dramatically collapses and dies during a climactic scene. Webster was respected for her commitment to the craft and her ability to capture audiences with her authentic performances. On the evening of November 24, 1986, Webster was in the middle of performing her character's death scene on stage in Washington, D.C. As she reached the moment where her character was scripted to collapse, she dramatically fell to the floor as usual. However, this time, reality mirrored art in a tragic way. Webster suffered a fatal heart attack during the performance. Initially, the audience and cast believed her fall to be part of the act. But as she lay motionless, it became clear that something had gone terribly wrong. Her sudden passing, occurring in such a hauntingly fitting context, blurred the line between theater and reality, leaving a lasting impression on those present. Edith Webster's final performance became a poignant reminder of the unpredictability of life especially for those who dedicate themselves so fully to the art of acting. Number 13. Paul Mantz, A Daredevil's Last Flight, 1965. Paul Mantz was a legendary stunt pilot whose daring feats in Hollywood made him one of the most respected figures in aviation. Known for performing high-risk aerial stunts in films such as The Wings of Eagles and 12 O'Clock High, Mantz built a reputation for his precision flying and fearless approach to challenging scenes. With a career spanning over 3 decades, he became the go-to pilot for directors who needed difficult aerial shots, mastering maneuvers that other pilots deemed too dangerous. In 1965, Mantz was working on the set of The Flight of the Phoenix, a film about a group of men stranded in the desert who attempt to rebuild a crashed plane. During a scene that required him to fly a cobbled-together aircraft just above the ground, Mantz hit an unexpected bump in the desert terrain, causing the plane to break apart mid-flight. The aircraft cartwheeled and crashed, killing Mantz instantly. He was 61 years old. The tragic accident shocked Hollywood and aviation communities alike, marking a heartbreaking end to an iconic career. Mantz's death underscored the inherent dangers of stunt work, particularly in aviation, and left a legacy of admiration for a man who continually pushed the boundaries of his craft. Number 12. Tiny Tim, A Showman's Last Song, 1996. Tiny Tim, born Herbert Corey, was a unique figure in music, known for his falsetto voice, ukulele playing, and his whimsical rendition of Tiptoe Through the Tulips. With his eccentric appearance, quirky style, and unmistakable voice, Tiny Tim quickly became a pop culture icon in the 1960s, capturing audiences who were charmed by his playful performances and unusual stage persona. Though often seen as a novelty, Tiny Tim had a devoted fanbase and continued to perform live shows well into the 1990s, always enthusiastic about entertaining his audience. On November 30th, 1996, while performing at a benefit concert at the Women's Club of Minneapolis, Tiny Tim took to the stage, despite having suffered health issues in the months prior. As he performed his signature song, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, he suddenly collapsed on stage, clutching his chest. He was quickly taken to a hospital, but was pronounced dead shortly after, succumbing to a heart attack. He was 64 years old. Tiny Tim's passing left fans shocked and saddened, as he had remained devoted to his craft until his final moments. His last performance, a bittersweet and fitting end to a lifetime of entertainment, solidified his place as a true showman who lived and died on stage, bringing joy to his audience until the very end. Number 11. Joey Ross, A Comedic Exit, 1982. Joey Ross was a beloved comedian known for his distinctively raspy voice, expressive face, and memorable catchphrases like, "Ooh, ooh." His unique comedic style made him a staple of 1960s television, particularly in popular shows like The Phil Silvers Show and Car 54, Where Are You?, where he portrayed bumbling but lovable characters. Ross's career was filled with roles that showcased his unique comedic style, and he remained a memorable figure in American comedy. On August 13, 1982, Ross was performing stand-up comedy at a nightclub in Los Angeles. During his routine, he was doing what he loved most, making people laugh, when he suddenly collapsed on stage. The audience, at first believing it was part of his act, quickly realized something was wrong as he lay motionless. Despite immediate efforts to revive him, Joey Ross passed away from a heart attack. He was 68 years old. The unexpected end of Ross's life came as a shock to fans and colleagues alike, as he had been entertaining audiences for decades. His passing underscored the dedication he had to his craft, with his final moments spent in laughter and performance, just as he would have wanted. Number 10. Vladimir Turchinsky, A Strongman's Final Rehearsal, 2009. Vladimir Turchinsky, known as Dynamite in Russia, was a multifaceted entertainer, strength athlete, and television personality. His remarkable physical strength and charisma made him a prominent figure in Russian entertainment, where he excelled not only as a strongman, but also as a host, actor, and even singer. Turchinsky's feats of strength, such as pulling heavy vehicles, earned him a devoted fan base and solidified his status as a national icon of power and resilience. On December 16, 2009, Turchinsky was rehearsing for an upcoming show when he suddenly collapsed. the strongman, who had seemingly boundless energy, had suffered a massive heart attack. Despite immediate medical attention, he could not be revived and passed away at the age of 46. His untimely death shocked fans and colleagues alike, who had long admired his vitality and commitment to pushing physical limits. Turchinsky's passing left a significant impact on the Russian entertainment community, sparking conversations about the health risks associated with extreme physical performance. His legacy as a beloved strongman and entertainer endures, as fans remember him not only for his strength, but also for his dedication to inspiring others. Turchinsky's life and career remain a testament to his passion for entertainment and athleticism. Number 9. Bobby Hatfield, The Loss of a Righteous Brother, 2003. Bobby Hatfield, one half of the iconic musical duo The Righteous Brothers, was celebrated for his powerful, soulful voice that brought timeless hits like Unchained Melody and You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' to life. With partner Bill Medley, Hatfield helped define the blue-eyed soul genre, creating a distinct sound that resonated with audiences across generations. Known for his soaring tenor and emotional depth, Hatfield's voice became a staple in American music, and his work with the Righteous Brothers left an indelible mark on popular culture. On November 5, 2003, as the Righteous Brothers were preparing for a concert in Kalamazoo, Michigan, tragedy struck. Just before the show, Hatfield was found unresponsive in his hotel room. He was later pronounced dead from heart failure at the age of 63. His sudden passing shocked fans and marked the end of an era, as one of music's most beloved voices was silenced. The loss of Bobby Hatfield was deeply felt by his fans, friends, and fellow musicians. Tributes poured in, honoring his contributions to music and his unforgettable voice. His death served as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and left a lasting legacy that continues to be celebrated by music lovers around the world. Number 8. Fat Pat, a rap icon's final performance, 1998. Fat Pat, born Patrick Hawkins, was a trailblazer in the Texas rap scene, known for his powerful lyrics and contributions to the burgeoning Houston hip-hop community. As a member of the Screwed Up Clique, a collective led by DJ Screw, Fat Pat helped pioneer the distinctive chopped and screwed sound that would define Houston rap. His energetic style and local hit singles made him a rising star and a respected figure within Texas hip-hop, inspiring aspiring rappers across the region. On February 3, 1998, following a successful live performance, Fat Pat visited an apartment complex in southwest Houston to collect an owed payment. Tragically, the meeting turned fatal when he was shot and killed in an apparent ambush. He was only 27 years old. His death sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, devastating fans and fellow artists alike who mourned the loss of a promising talent taken too soon. Fat Pat's influence on Houston rap remains significant, with his music continuing to inspire new generations of artists. His untimely death cast a spotlight on the struggles and dangers faced by artists in the industry, and his legacy endures as a symbol of Texas hip-hop's enduring spirit and resilience. Number 7. Michael Jackson, A King's Unfinished Finale, 2009. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, was preparing for a monumental comeback with his This Is It tour in 2009, which was set to feature a series of 50 concerts at London's O2 Arena. The tour was highly anticipated, promising to showcase Jackson's unmatched talent, groundbreaking choreography, and elaborate stage production. After years of relative quiet in the public eye, Jackson's planned return to the stage generated immense excitement and hope among fans who had long awaited his comeback. On June 25, 2009, just weeks before the first concert, Jackson was found unresponsive at his home in Los Angeles. Despite emergency efforts, he was pronounced dead from acute propofol intoxication at the age of 50. His sudden passing shocked the world, leaving millions in disbelief and heartbreak. Jackson's death marked the end of an era, as fans mourned the loss of an icon who had redefined music, dance, and popular culture. The This Is It tour, which was to be Jackson's final bow, transformed into a tragic what could have been. His legacy, however, continues through his groundbreaking contributions to music and entertainment, and his influence remains visible in the artistry of performers worldwide, cementing his place as one of history's greatest entertainers. Number 6. Red Fox, a comedic legend's last laugh, 1991. Red Fox, a trailblazing comedian best known for his role as Fred Sanford on the groundbreaking sitcom Sanford & Son, was a pioneer in stand-up comedy and television. Known for his gritty, no-holds-barred humor, Fox was one of the first African-American comedians to achieve mainstream success, paving the way for generations of performers. His portrayal of the cantankerous yet lovable Fred Sanford endeared him to audiences across America, and his influence extended far beyond his television work. On October 11, 1991, Fox was performing on the set of his latest show, The Royal Family, when he suffered a heart attack during a rehearsal. Initially, some cast and crew members thought he was joking, as he famously performed a faux heart attack as part of his act on Sanford & Son. But as it became clear he was in serious distress, paramedics were called. Despite efforts to revive him, Fox passed away at the age of 68. Fox's sudden passing left a significant void in the comedy world. His death was a poignant reminder of his beloved heart attack gag on Sanford & Son, leaving fans with bittersweet memories of his comedic genius. His legacy continues to inspire comedians, with his fearless approach to humor remembered as a defining force in entertainment. Number 5. John Ritter, A Family's Tragic Loss, 2003. John Ritter, beloved for his roles on Three's Company and 8 Simple Rules, was a gifted actor with an incredible knack for physical comedy and a warm, endearing presence that won over audiences. As Jack Tripper on Three's Company, Ritter's performance was iconic, showcasing his comedic timing and charm. Years later, he endeared himself to a new generation with 8 Simple Rules, playing a loving father in the family sitcom. On September 11, 2003, Ritter was on the set of 8 Simple Rules when he suddenly fell ill, experiencing severe chest pain and nausea. Believing he was having a heart attack, he was rushed to the hospital, where doctors discovered he was suffering from an aortic dissection, a tear in the main artery that can be life-threatening. Despite emergency surgery, Ritter passed away that evening. He was only 54 years old. The sudden loss of John Ritter was a profound shock to his fans, colleagues, and family, who remembered him not only for his talent, but also for his kindness and generosity. His passing left a lasting void in the entertainment industry, with tributes pouring in from around the world. Ritter's legacy lives on through his unforgettable roles and the warmth he brought to every character he portrayed. Number 4. Richard Versale, A Dramatic Final Note at the Met, 1996. Richard Versale was a seasoned opera singer known for his powerful voice and commanding stage presence. A longtime performer with the Metropolitan Opera, Versale had built a respected career in the world of classical music, admired for his dedication to his craft and his ability to bring depth to his roles. His performances earned him a loyal following and the esteem of his peers, making him a valued figure in the opera community. On January 5, 1996, Versale was performing in the Met's production of The Macropulos Case, an opera by Leos Janáček. During his scene, as he sang the line, "Too bad you can only live so long," he suddenly collapsed on stage, suffering a massive heart attack. The audience initially believed it might be part of the performance, but as the curtain quickly closed, the gravity of the situation became apparent. Despite immediate medical attention, Versale passed away. Versale's death stunned the opera world, especially given the tragic irony of his final words. His passing on stage, mid-performance, remains a haunting and poignant moment in opera history, leaving an unforgettable mark on both the Metropolitan Opera and those who witnessed his final dramatic note. Number 3. Brittany Murphy, A Rising Star's Untimely End, 2009. Brittany Murphy was a beloved actress known for her vibrant personality and memorable roles in films like Clueless, where she played the quirky and lovable Ty, and 8 Mile, alongside Eminem, where she showcased her dramatic range. Her talent, versatility, and bubbly charm quickly made her a rising star in Hollywood. Murphy's performances captivated audiences, and her career seemed poised for continued success, with a mix of both comedic and dramatic roles that highlighted her depth as an actress. On December 20th, 2009, at the age of 32, Murphy was found unresponsive in her Los Angeles home. Despite attempts to revive her, she was pronounced dead from what was initially reported as pneumonia, anemia, and multiple drug intoxication from over-the-counter and prescription medications. Her sudden passing left fans and the industry in shock, sparking widespread speculation about her health and the pressures she may have faced in Hollywood. Murphy's tragic death raised questions about the physical and emotional toll the entertainment industry can take on young stars, particularly in regard to mental health and well-being. Her untimely passing highlighted the importance of addressing these issues, and her legacy endures in the memorable roles and joy she brought to audiences around the world. Number 2. Leonard Warren, A Baritone's Last Area, 1960. Leonard Warren, a renowned American baritone, was celebrated for his powerful voice and extraordinary range, which made him one of the leading figures in the world of opera. Known particularly for his performances with the Metropolitan Opera, Warren was revered for his commanding portrayals in Verdi operas like Rigoletto and La Traviata. His talent, coupled with his emotional intensity on stage, earned him a devoted following and solidified his status as one of the great baritones of his time. On March 4, 1960, Warren was performing in La Forza del Destino at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. During the second act, as he sang the aria Urna Fatale, Warren suddenly collapsed on stage. To the astonishment of the audience and cast, he had suffered a massive cerebral hemorrhage and was pronounced dead shortly after. He was only 48 years old. The tragic incident left the opera world in profound shock and mourning, as one of its brightest stars was lost in the middle of a performance. Warren's sudden passing became a deeply memorable, albeit heartbreaking moment in the history of the Metropolitan Opera, marking the end of a remarkable career and leaving a lasting legacy in opera. Number 1. Tommy Cooper, A British Comedy Icon's Tragic Collapse, 1984. Tommy Cooper, a British comedian beloved for his slapstick humor and distinctive deadpan style, left an indelible mark on audiences worldwide. Known for his larger-than-life personality and goofy charm, Cooper's performances were a blend of deliberate clumsiness, magic tricks gone wrong, and comedic timing that kept audiences in stitches. His fame spread beyond Britain, even making him popular in the United States. On April 15, 1984, during a live television broadcast of Live from Her Majesty's, Cooper took the stage for what would tragically be his last performance. In the middle of his routine, he unexpectedly collapsed, falling backward onto the stage floor. Initially, the audience assumed this was part of Cooper's act, a carefully planned comedic stumble that played into his persona of a bumbling magician. The laughter continued as he lay there, his fellow cast and the audience unaware of the severity of his condition. As moments passed, the reality dawned on those present that something was wrong. Despite the immediate attempts to revive him, Cooper's condition worsened rapidly. The broadcast cut away to a commercial break, but it was too late. Tommy Cooper had suffered a heart attack, passing away on stage. His sudden and shocking death marked a heartbreaking end for one of Britain's most cherished comedians, leaving fans and peers mourning the unexpected loss of a legend in comedy. But what if I told you that there are still more shocking and unexpected celebrity stories you don't know about? Some of your favorite stars are facing health battles right now, and the truth is far darker than you think. To find out which 25 celebrities are dying and you didn't know, click on the video appearing on your screen right now. You won't believe the shocking reasons behind their struggles. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.